to this ReSchools special. We're taking a look back at construction projects in the Vancouver Public Schools over the 2018-19 school year. I'm Tara Cox.
And I'm Amanda Richter. 2 years ago, voters approved a bond measure to replace and improve schools across Vancouver, and we really began seeing the results this year. Let's start at Ogden Elementary. It's the first school to be replaced with bond funds. The first big milestone came just a couple of days after school let out in 2018, as students and staff broke ground on a new Ogden Elementary School. Student leaders were given the honor of the ceremonial groundbreaking, planting their shovels and moving the first dirt in the project. Dozens of family and community members turned out to cheer them on. The new school is slated to be open at the start of the 2019 school year and will be larger than the current building to handle the increased student population. The kids we spoke to were excited about having more room in which to learn.
It's going to be bigger because there's going to be more kids.
This one is still kind, but I really want more and more kind people.
I'm excited about the library.
And why?
Because it's going to be very big. There's going to be beanbag chairs. There's going to be a lot of books to read, and I like reading a lot.
Staff members excited for the new building know who is responsible for it all.
When voters say yes and commit to projects like this, they're also showing their support, that they have trust in the Vancouver Public Schools, they have faith in the educators that work there, and that they also have that same belief that in order to better our future, we need to make sure we educate our children.
Thank you, Vancouver!
Currently, about 150 students study in portables, so this will put kids back in the main building. After Ogden's new building is open, the old building will be used as a temporary campus for Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary, which will also be getting its new school building.
That footage was from about a year ago, and so much progress has been made since then. Nick Bull recently got a personal tour from Principal Whipple and filed this report.
What was just a set of plans a few months ago, now as you can see behind me, is a full building. It's not quite done yet, but we've got a tour today with April Whipple, the principal, and some of the people from the district and the construction company who are putting Ogden Elementary together. So this is where the kids are going to enter every day?
This is the main entrance. So this is the lobby area. So if all the kids are coming in, they can come straight in the building, and this hallway goes all the way down the end of the school.
So this is the Family Community Resource Center. For those who don't know, what's going to be happening in this room?
Yes, so in the Family Community Resource Center, we do have a full-time staff member who works here. She works on providing opportunities for families to connect with the school or connect with resources. So yeah, this is the common space, and we can see the learning staircase right here that goes upstairs up to the library at the top.
Wow.
And so this is the area where students will enter in the morning. We'll serve all of our meals in here, breakfast and lunch. We will have assemblies in here, school events in here. When you look up this way, the library is all going to have glass. So when you look up the staircase, you'll actually see the library and all of the books in the space. All right, so from this area, it makes sense to go over to see the courtyard because we have kind of a natural nature progression through this space.
Let's do it.
So this direction is our learning courtyard. So in this space, on either side of us are the studios for grade level wings. So the studio right behind us is a first grade level wing, and then the studio in front of us is second grade. And so as you can see, they have the glass and then the doors that open up. So again, they can also have access to the outside. And then here in the courtyard, we are focusing on having areas related to the different things kids study. Okay, so right now we're entering into the fitness space.
Okay.
And the biggest thing you'll probably notice right away is windows. There are windows and natural light.
So this big doorway here, this is a garage door?
Yeah, a garage door that opens to the outside. So in this space, we're still working on that connection to nature. And so when the kids are inside in the play space, they're looking directly out to our outdoor playground. And then behind the play structure in the tree area, there'll be nature play areas where there's trails and things that kids can go on. All right, now we'll go to the upstairs, and upstairs are our 4th and 5th grades.
Okay.
So just like downstairs, they also have a studio space that's in the front area. And so they have windows that look out over the courtyard, and then also 5 classrooms in this space as well. And then here is the amazing view looking at the library and also the commons.
Wow.
To be able to show the community and the kids that they're this valued, they're going to feel amazing when they come into this building. So we're very, very grateful.
You know, you like to think the kids are going to want to come to the building and want to learn.
I can start to picture, whenever we have our back to school night, everybody coming in and just being wowed by not even necessarily realizing the potential of what their school could look like.
Sure.
And so then they'll know.
Yeah, it's little brains.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
Then they'll
great.
see how amazing it can be.
So obviously a few more things to be done inside and outside the building, but you can see what the school is going to be like and imagine what the excited children will be like when they come to attend Ogden in the fall. Very exciting stuff.
Thanks, Nick. At the end of the school year, we saw kids at Ogden saying goodbye not only to their teachers and each other, but to the school itself. To commemorate their last day, everyone gathered outside Ogden to take an all-school photo. We asked students how they're feeling and what they'll remember as they prepare for the move.
Good and nervous.
Have to learn all your way around.
Yeah, and I might get lost too, because it's a big building. I'm happy because it's 2-story and I'll be upstairs. But also I'm sad because I'll be leaving my school that I was at first.
I've been here ever since kindergarten, and I've been working my hardest to achieve my goals on math, reading, and writing.
For staff members, the new building is a long time coming.
I helped on the core team to design it, and so I've kind of seen it from the very beginning plans to now, and so it's really exciting to see this beautiful building that we're going to get to actually be in a couple months.
We have been dreaming of a new building for many, many years, us staff members that have been here for a long time, and so it's just wonderful to look across the playground and see this beautiful building being built for us, and just want to thank the community and everybody that helped make that a reality.
Earlier in the week, students wrote farewell messages to the school in chalk on the side of the building. As you're about to see, the old building isn't done being of service just yet.
That's right, King Elementary will move into the old Ogden building while their new facility is being built. The ground has already been broken. With a flick of a wrist, students from King joined Superintendent Dr. Steve Webb and School Board member Rosemary Fryer in kicking off the construction project. One of the highlights of the new school will be its second floor, and students can't wait.
I'm definitely excited for the second level because when I'm in 5th, I get to go on the second level of the school.
I'm excited that it has 2 floors, so yeah.
As we mentioned, current students at King will attend class at Ogden Elementary's old building next year while their new school is being built. The old King Elementary is being torn down this summer, and the new King is slated to open in fall 2020. Here's an animation created by the project architects of the new King. The new school building will include open collaboration spaces, sliding doors for teachers to open or close their rooms, a new family community resource center, a pair of physical fitness spaces, a large outdoor courtyard, a confined play area for pre-kindergartners, and a lot more. The current King building went up in 1971 and is over capacity with students. The new building will keep up with the area's expanding population.
Truman Elementary School will also be replaced, and despite some winter weather, students and staff joined administrators to shovel dirt.
Everybody grab a shovel.
3rd graders, who will be the first graduating class from the new building, joined administrators to turn some dirt. It was a fun atmosphere as everyone envisioned what the new school will be like.
Really the excitement around the possibilities and all the work that people have had visioning this work over the last year or so. And they really, before their eyes, will get to see this building come out of the ground and then envision what it's going to be like to be a student, a future-ready student and a learner in that building.
I'm really excited because it'll kind of remind me of my old school where it had 2 stories, but I never got to go on the 2nd story besides library and music.
I'm excited for the new school.
Construction on the new Truman has begun. The new building will house as many as 720 students in nearly 40 classrooms. The design has enhanced security features and community spaces. The current Truman building was built in 1970 and replaced an even older building on the site. The new school is scheduled to open in the fall of 2020.
The location and design for the new elementary school to be built near downtown have been in place for a while, and finally it has a name. The school board approved it this spring, and it was suggested by a student. Drumroll, please. The new name is Vancouver Innovation, Technology, and Arts Elementary School, or VITA for short. The name was recommended by Seneca Christie, who goes to Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. Vita, in Latin, means life. Seneca said in her application that VITA would be a perfect name because elementary students are so lively.
School should be like a place where you want to go, and you should like want to go there every day. And it should be like, that's like sort of like your second home because you're there like 6 hours or more, and that's like where you first start your education. And it's supposed to make you like want to go to school. And so if you have a good elementary school, it'll make going to middle school easier and then going to high school easier.
VITA will be located on Mill Plain Boulevard, right next to the Vancouver Regional Library Operations Center, near Hudson's Bay High School. The 4-story school will enroll about 500 students. More than 800 name suggestions came in from the community before Seneca's was finally suggested. Congrats, Seneca, and great job. For several years, Vancouver iTech Preparatory has had a split campus. Middle schoolers are at the Jim Parsley Center. High schoolers are at WSU Vancouver.
But soon they'll be united in a new building. In the beginning, it was just a field, but soon, a modern building for learning STEM. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. The groundbreaking ceremony included district and school leaders, iTech students, architects, construction personnel, and the community. With a lot of enthusiasm, ground was broken on the project. For Superintendent Dr. Steve Webb, the moment was 11 years in the making.
And I'm so proud, so very proud of the way in which our community has rallied around building robust sets of partnerships in order to make this vision reality.
iTech Prep students grasp the historical significance of the event.
Today is a great day because that's when things start happening, you know?
It was a very exciting day because we got to see where the new school is going to be for the middle and high school, and it's very exciting just to be part of it and having an opportunity like this.
The building has already begun, and iTech Prep is slated to open its doors midway through the next school year. The school will continue to partner with WSU Vancouver and Clark College, which both have buildings nearby, to give kids college experience while still in high school.
We're getting updates from the project as it progresses. Robinson Construction shared videos of the project. iTech Prep is a science, technology, engineering, and math magnet program for students grades 6 through 12. You can see all the work being done in this time-lapse video to pour the foundation for the school. Students should start taking class there around the holiday break.
Here's more video from Vancouver iTech Preparatory. This video was prepared by Carpentry Plus, one of the contractors working on the building. We should soon be able to get inside the building to give the community a better idea of what it will look like when it's finished.
The bond pays for new schools to be built, but it's also making improvements at every existing school too. At Columbia River, they're adding classrooms. River's new 500 wing will have direct access to the main building and improved science, band, and choir rooms, a secure entrance, and more. There will also be updates to the school's stadium, track, and parking lot as part of the project. One of the first steps in construction before building is to test the soil to see what kind of ground they'll be building on.
Workers bring in a giant drill to get soil samples, and since they're right next to the science classrooms anyway, they got students involved in the process. In the back parking lot at Columbia River High School, workers are pushing a drill deep below the concrete into the soil below. Thanks to the community's bond dollars, River will be getting a much-needed new wing to house its expanding student population.
I'm excited because this building's pretty old. I mean, it's an old brick building and the classes are pretty old in the main part, so yeah, new buildings will be nice.
But before that wing can be built, engineers need to know what they're building on.
The design of the structure itself is driven a lot by the soil profile. And so if we have, for example, a sandy profile or more silty and clay soils, that matters. It obviously changes the design. If we have a liquefiable condition or shallow groundwater.
Lance Lato's company, Columbia West Engineering, is doing the testing, but he's also offering his services in the classroom.
It's a really great opportunity to involve the students in an interactive learning experience if they have a chance to see real engineering happening right here on the site on the campus.
Lance explains the Great Missoula floods and how they shape the landscape of our area. He uses lots of visual aids to keep students engaged and to demonstrate what they're looking for in their testing. And then they head outside to see the drill in action.
It's a spinning drill, and you got different layers of sediment, would it be? So it digs into the ground, and they test it, they dig it up.
And while Lance's company studies the results, these river students are studying to potentially follow his career path someday.
It's important to, I think, to encourage more STEM involvement, more students into the science, technology, and engineering and mathematics fields. The world needs more engineers.
Once the results are in from the soil testing, design work began on the new wing at Columbia River.
One major project is completed. That's the installation of turf athletic fields at 4 high schools. We stopped in at Columbia River High School for a soccer practice. With several state championships, the Chieftains are one of the best soccer programs in Washington, and now they have a field that reflects that. The new turf at Chieftain Stadium not only looks nice, but improves student safety during play. That's a lesson one athlete learned the hard way when she was playing on the old grass surface.
Actually, during a game, no one was around me. I was just sprinting and I stepped in a broken sprinkler hole and I sprained my ankle really bad, on crutches for 2 weeks, and couldn't play soccer for 5 to 6 months. And it was brutal. So we won't have that problem here.
The students we spoke to recognize that they have voters in their community to thank for the new playing surface.
I would say thank you. It's a huge blessing to have the turf. Not a lot of people get this. You know, as a high school, I mean, there's some like colleges that don't get this nice of a turf. So I would say thank you.
The girls' soccer team and boys' football team will play their games on the turf, as well as community groups. Skyview, Fort Vancouver, and Hudson's Bay all received new turf fields as well. A different kind of surface went in at several locations, as parking lots at a number of school sites were repaved. This footage is from Hudson's Bay High School, whose asphalt was way overdue for repaving. It wasn't the only school that got a much-needed parking improvement, all thanks to voters.
Some of the most fun projects around the district were playground replacements. It's yet another way that schools are benefiting from the voter-approved bond.
1, 2, 3, go! There you go.
After a ribbon-cutting ceremony at Houck Elementary, kids went wild running out to try out the brand new play structure. This project was a dream for years for Houck, and now it's a reality. The new playground has a rubber mat surface instead of bark chips, and its slides, swings, and other play areas are accessible to students of all physical abilities. As you can see in this video, the kids are more than just a little excited.
I love it. I'm excited about that we're gonna play on it every day, probably.
The students know that this new playground is the result of a community that supports them.
People that don't even know us voted for yes, and that's really nice because it's really nice to have a new playground now. I mean, as you can see, all the kids like it, so yeah, I'm super happy. I would say thank you for just doing the playground, even though you probably didn't know us at all. We all appreciate it, even if it took a long time.
The playground has a treehouse theme. It has been years in the planning for Houck staff, and they're almost as happy as the kids to have it finally in place for the students. The stories we brought you in this special are just some of the many exciting developments happening across the district.
You can keep track of what's happening and when on the district website. Go to vansd.org/ReSchools. You'll find updates on projects, timelines of when other projects will begin, videos, photos, and a lot more. Find out what's happening in your neighborhood school. Of course, we'll have plenty of updates throughout the coming years on construction projects, and there's a lot of work to be done.
Thank you so much for watching the ReSchools special. I'm Tara Cox.
And I'm Amanda Richter. We'll see you next time.